Hello and welcome to class number 9 of the UPSC Mains Answer Writing Initiative, a place where we try and simplify UPSC Mains answer writing for you by telling you how to write previous year questions and also encouraging you to write some answers yourself. Reminding you once again, if you want to get the PDF of these lectures and all other important updates about this YouTube channel, you can join the Telegram channel. The link is in the description of this video. What do we do here if you are joining for the first time? What we do here is we try and answer a previous year question by the UPSC. Then we also give you a homework, hoping that you would be able to write answers. You can send that to me and I'll give a feedback to you. In the very first class of this series, we talked about how to structure an answer, introduction, main body and the conclusion. In case you still have any issues with how to begin from the scratch, go to the description of this video. You will find a link of the playlist of the UPSC Mains Answer Writing series. Watch the first video, watch the starting 10-15 minutes to get a complete idea about that. Now let's see what is it that we are going to answer today. From 2023, from GS3, we have taken a science-based question today. This is, introduce the concept of artificial intelligence. How does AI help in clinical diagnosis? Do you perceive any threat to privacy of individual in the use of AI in healthcare? As I told you earlier, if you are really serious about answer writing, you can pause the video right here, grab a pen and paper, write this answer 10 to 12 minutes, 10 minutes to be good, and then see if you are able to write the answer or not. Then you can compare with whatever we discuss. If you are new to answer writing, then you can continue with this right now and see how to write this answer. Now, this question is asking you three things. First, they are asking you to define AI. What exactly is AI? That will be introduction. So they are telling you what to write in introduction yourself. Define AI. Second thing that they're asking you is, how does AI help in clinical diagnosis? Means in simple terms, when you are trying to diagnose a disease, diagnose a condition in anyone, how does AI help? The third thing they're asking you, do you think there is any threat to privacy because of AI in healthcare? These are the three things that they're asking you. Now in the third part, or whenever UPSC asks you, do you think there is a threat? Do you think this will happen? You obviously can't say no, because if you say no, then your answer is complete. So you can't say no, there is no threat. The reason why they're asking you is obviously yes, and then you have to tell what are those threats. So these are the three things that they're asking you. First, to define AI. Second thing, how will it help in clinical diagnosis? And third thing they're asking you, is there any threat in our privacy? Now I would want you to add one more part to it. Because they're asking you privacy concerns, ideally you should give a way forward of how to deal with privacy concerns. Way forward regarding the privacy concerns. About how exactly do we make sure that there are no privacy concerns going forward. So again, these are the things that you should write. Three things that the question is specifically asking you straight on. Fourth thing as a way forward, because they're asking you what a problem of privacy. Gave a way forward, and as I told you in the last video also, writing solution to these problems is easy. Whatever you write in the problem part of invasion of privacy, write opposite to it. That will obviously become your solution. So let's see. First, the introduction part. They have told you themselves what to write in introduction. So you have to just define AI. So AI would be a transformative technology which tries to mimic human intelligence processes. See, what is AI? An idea that the machines can learn from humans and become better at it. Your smartwatch, your smart car, when they try and learn from you, try and learn how you drive, try and see something and then react real time, that is a concept of artificial intelligence, that is machines becoming smarter. So this is the definition of AI. Since AI is a hot topic, I would really advise you to remember a definition. If you don't know how to define it in your words, then try and remember a definition of AI. It will come in very handy because AI has been a hot topic anyways. Now, you then have to give the connecting line. I told you earlier also, when you write the introduction and the main body writing something different, try and connect that. So give a definition of AI, then the connecting line is, in healthcare, AI has emerged as a powerful tool, particularly in clinical diagnosis, such as analyzing vast amount of patient data, imaging scans, medical records, genetic information, so on and so forth. So this can be a perfect introduction, introducing AI and then giving a connecting line, because what you're writing in the main body is slightly different. So you then come to the main body part. Main body, again, question is the role of AI in clinical diagnosis. So basically, how does AI help in detecting new diseases, in detecting diseases beforehand or earlier so that you can cure them. So important pointers here can be, it can you make use of predictive modeling. For example, with the help of data, we can identify if in a specific city or in a specific town, a lot of people are falling ill to one particular kind of a disease, then you can expect how much time will it take for the others also to now get that disease. Or you can then predict by looking at these models, when will the disease die down. For example, when COVID-19 crisis was spreading across the entire world, there were a lot of AI models that were used to indicate how much death toll we can expect. There were some huge numbers. I still remember when in the US, a few thousand people had died. There was this AI model that had come up with the idea that over 5 lakh people will die in the US, and everyone got so scared. But it was all based on this predictive modeling data. This is where AI can come in. At an individual level also, it can help you. For example, it can detect if your family has had a history of a certain issue, how likely you are also to have that issue. It can try and prevent issues of heart diseases, etc. It can also help in making the machines better that are used in medical imaging, to learn from these machines to identify even the smallest of any anomaly in those scans like X-ray, MRI, etc. It can help in examining medical records so that they can detect for a large scale population if there's an issue that might be expected. And also, there are individual devices that have become extremely smart now. For example, Apple Watch has that kind of a feature now that if you are, let's say, unfortunately involved in a car crash and an accident, it will automatically send a call or a message to someone who you have listed as an emergency contact. If your heart rate is rising too much, it will give you an indication something is wrong. So these are the kind of things where AI can play a role in clinical diagnosis. So we answered the first part, define AI. We answered the second part, role of AI in clinical diagnosis. Third part of the question was privacy concerns. Do you think there are privacy concerns? Obviously, there are privacy concerns. See, medical data of an individual is very precious. No one wants to share their medical data with anyone. You would not want someone else to know what is wrong with you, right? You do not want someone to know personal information about you. That is why when the information system in AIMS was hacked, it became such a big issue. So yes, there are privacy concerns. For example, one, it is very sensitive data, data security, and we have seen breaches of data. And the more we depend on technology, the more are the chances of it being misused and hacked. All these are privacy concerns. Very generic. If you want here, you can give examples of AIMS data leak if you want to. So again, these are the primary concerns. The question can end here also, because they asked you 3 things and you wrote about 3 things. But to make it even more holistic again, you can write about the solutions to these privacy concerns. How to write solutions? Write the opposite of the problem, that will become the solution. And that will also work as a way forward. So you don't have to write a separate conclusion. You can write that as a way forward to conclude the answer. Just write opposite of the privacy problem and you will come to a solution. Like data anonymization means patient data should not be stored with the name of the patient, for example. Like your credit card details, when you enter credit card details on a website, they have something called tokenization. Your credit card details are not stored by your credit card number but by a token, so that no one can misuse it. There is also an example of masked Aadhaar. If you want to give your Aadhaar number, you don't have to give your exact Aadhaar number. You can generate a fake number from Aadhaar ID, masked Aadhaar it is called, and you can give that also. So that can be done here. Their data security measures can be taken by having robust policies around it and monitor and detect any misuse of data. So this is how you can conclude the answer. Again, this is optional because this was not specifically asked. If you want, you can remove this part and just write a conclusion that yes, AI has a great role to play, but just like any other technology, it also has its ill effects. So we have to apply a multi-pronged approach. Remember, a multi-pronged approach or a holistic approach to tackle all these solutions to get the best out of it. So something like that can also be conclusion, but this is slightly better. You're giving a way forward, you're giving solutions as well. Time for your homework, and this is a slightly difficult question because it comes from science. If you don't know about this, please search about this, read about this, and try and write the answer. Discuss several ways in which microorganisms can help in meeting the current fuel shortage. It's a tricky question. Anyways, many of you are not comfortable with science. There is a myth that engineering students are comfortable with science. Even that is not true. There are a lot of engineering students who would not be able to answer such questions. So don't worry, try and see if you are able to gather data about this content and write in your own words. I hope this was helpful for all of you. You can write in your answers. I'll be happy to give you feedback. Do hit the subscribe button, follow other initiatives as well. Become a part of our Telegram group as soon as possible. Have a good day ahead. Jai Hind.